you're in the prime of your life. Things are going pretty well. And you're in the fitness space. You're super ripped and fit. You've had a dancing background. Life is going good. Great family, great everything. And then you decide to take your Harley out for a ride. And that day changed your life.
Yeah.
So tell everybody what happened that day.
Yeah, it was, I was sponsored by Nike. I was doing fitness videos, infomercials. If you walked into any CVS or Walgreens and looked at a vitamin label, my picture was on the vitamin label. I was doing fitness modeling, regularly contributing to Shape and Health Magazine. And I was coming home from work. I'd actually ran 11 miles in my best time that day, trained some clients, got on my Harley and was cruising down Ventura Boulevard, and this SUV was coming out of a parking lot, and I saw him and I made eye contact. I thought he saw me. He shot out of a parking lot, and I thought, oh my gosh, it's too late. All I had time to do was let go of my clutch, try to jump off my bike. I was T-boned and thrown 30 feet, and then I'm just sliding across the boulevard. And what was going through my head was, oh my gosh, please don't let me slide into another car, because I couldn't see what I was sliding into. And when I finally came to a stop, I looked down at my leg, and I only looked down once, because it's crazy to look down and see my leg was completely just broken into pieces. My foot was dangling off and there was blood everywhere. Now, I didn't know at the time that my femoral artery was severed. And I had this man, he saved my life, because he came over and he took his belt off right away and he made a tourniquet around my leg. And I was screaming. And I remember in that moment, I thought, well, this can't be good. I might have to train clients on crutches for a while.
That's what you were thinking.
That was one of my first thoughts. Being an entrepreneur, I'm like, how can I keep my business going? And then I was screaming out some cuss words and thinking my Methodist mama would not be proud of me. I really thought those were the thoughts going through my head. And paramedics happened to be at the Coffee Bean right down the street. So they were running towards me before they even got the call. And they got to me. So luckily, ambulance came right away, got taken, on the way to the hospital. And I remember squeezing the paramedic's leg in the back of the ambulance, I was in so much pain, excruciating pain, and squeezing his leg and trying to make eye contact with him. I was looking to him, am I going to be okay? And I remember he wouldn't look at me. And I thought, maybe I'm dying. He doesn't want to let me know that I'm a goner, I'm dead.
Right.
And I got to the hospital, and it was crazy. There were cops everywhere, because my husband's a cop, and news travels fast, and the brotherhood and sisterhood of the police force. And so the ER was filled with cops, and I remember just hearing this crying, loud crying, wailing. And I'm like, I realized it was my husband, and he's being a first responder, he's big, strong man like you. And he was hysterical, crying, and I'm taped to the gurney. And at that moment, I screamed across the ER. I was like, honey, you need to get over here and be strong for me.
Whoa.
Because I thought, if I'm dying, I need to know that he's going to be able to hold it together, take care of our two daughters.
You were thinking those thoughts at that time?
Yeah.
Only a mama would think those thoughts.
I was like, I need to make sure our kids are going to be okay. That's what was going through my head. And then this beautiful nurse leaned over me and she said, we're going to give you something to make you feel all better now. And that's the last thing I remember before they put me in induced coma. And because my vital organs were shutting down, I'd lost so much blood. They couldn't control my pain. And then I woke up over a week later, and they said, the first thing I learned was, I'm so sorry, we are going to have to amputate your leg. This is like a war wound. You've got a 1% chance of saving it. We're going to have to amputate. And in that moment, all I heard was 1% chance. And I thought, well, so there's a chance, and we need to find a doctor who is willing to take that chance with me.